last week, Tulsi Gabbard dropped the nuclear bomb on the establishment, on the deep state, and on Anthony Fauci, that he was engaged in the cover-up over COVID. And she's got the receipts. He was in it with the CIA, FBI. Oh, yeah, the current Democratic candidate for governor of California, Becerra, was involved in it too. Yeah. And guess what? None of the mainstream media are covering it. This is only one of the biggest stories of the last 5-6 years because it pertains directly to the biggest story of the last decade, which is COVID and how it affected us all. And yet not a peep. ABC, CNN, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, New York Times. They're not even trying to debunk it because in this case, it's such a bad story for them that they don't even want people to know about it. They can't even run a expose on why the story is wrong. No, we don't even want you looking into it. Because if Anthony Fauci was wrong, the guy we all talked about as the hero of the left, the superhero who was saving us from COVID, they got all the Democrats to worship this guy. If he's wrong, is everything wrong? We can't allow this one to get out there. So this tells you exactly all you need to know about how scared they are. What Tulsi did last week is a monster bombshell moving forward. And it will lead to major things happening to Fauci. It might lead to all of the preordained pardons from Biden being overturned because the Fauci thing could be the vessel through which it's challenged. He was pre-pardoned. How do you do that? Well, it's never been done before, so we'll see if it gets undone. In the meantime, this is going to keep spreading, and thanks to places like X being set free, it will get out there. And this is one of those major things you can challenge people with because it's not just that, oh, MAGA says Fauci was bad. We got the legitimate documents now, and it's honestly much worse than many were expecting, especially when you consider the fact that Biden's CIA and FBI were a big part of it. So can't wait to see how this keeps playing out, but this is the tell that they're scared. They won't report it at all. And while they're terrified over that, things keep getting worse for Gavin Newsom and his wife. Taking out the main threat in the 2028 election, that seems like a good deal. Newsom's wife was laundering herself so much money from her NGO, she was actually in the top 5% for pay from all charities in the entire nation. Wow. That's good work you're doing there, Newsy. That's not all. Newsom bought his $3.7 million Sacramento estate through an LLC, but the LLC wasn't on his tax returns. Uh-oh. It just gets worse and worse for them. He's released at least partly to journalists and closed-door viewing sessions his tax returns. If you look at that as income, about 1.2 to 1.4 million, and it doesn't add up for his expenses. He's got massive mortgages, 625,000 mortgage payments. He's got at least 1 million in living expenses. Just the two don't add up. You think? When I look at Jennifer Newsom's charity, by the way, this is from this interview right here. I'm giving you guys the short version. There's a lot of money. You look at the amount the charity brings in. It's sort of 1 to 1.7 million a year, and she's paying up to a third of it herself in her own company, $300,000 a year. The data analysis looking at charities that size usually pay, and she was in the top 5%. 1 million to block a casino project, 5 million to an office for his wife he created, 300,000 from his donor PG&E to his wife's NGO. Woo, Newsom. That's bad news for them, guys, because right now there's two front runners for the Democrats in 2028. Gavin Newsom, who by far has the best talent and chance to make it work, and Kamala Harris, which I think all of us would agree, bring on the Kamala 2.0. We'll love it. I can't wait to see Miss Boxwine back in action, giggling, word salads. It'll be hilarious. Imagine her going up against J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio in a situation where there's less election fraud because of all the changes Trump's made, maybe even the Save America Act passed. A lot of these people like Newsom outed, more money dried up. Oh, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. 2028 will be a lot of fun. Please bring on Kamala. And that just tells you how pathetic the Democrats are right now, that those are their leaders. So I can't wait to see what's going on with that. Now, while that's going on, the Democrats are scrambling. Oh, look at this. FISA has just expired because the Democrats and the Republicans don't want Bill Pulte in. And Trump called their bluff last week on the fact that they weren't going to appoint, once he got his new guy in instead of Pulte, they weren't going to put a new lawyer in charge of his guy, his choice of SDNY, which is only the hub of many, many, many files, such as COVID files, the Epstein files. Yeah, SDNY is the hub for a lot of the dark, deep state stuff. And they were going to try to get Trump's new guy out of there to be ODNI, but not replace the SDNY guy. So Trump rug pulled them all and said, I'm keeping Pulte and I'm withdrawing my nomination until you guys figure this out. Oh, and by the way, pass the Save America Act. And now FISA, which is not popular with anyone in MAGA, the surveillance system, one of the babies of the deep state, the Republican establishment, the Democrats. This is one of their key issues. They just never let go. And now Trump's allowed it to expire. We're now in unknown territory. So what's this mean? Trump, because of political reasons, I believe, never could fully come out against FISA. He could only call out the excesses, all the bad stuff, because guess what, guys? Sometimes Trump plays politics, and that's why he wins, and people who don't play politics don't. But now we're seeing the proof's in the pudding. He just got FISA to expire. It's going to be fascinating to see what they do to get this back up. But for now, guys, the surveillance state is severely weakened, and we can all take a big win on that as we keep seeing what's going on with Pulte. Now, Matt Morse reports more of what the Trump administration is getting done that we should all be stoked about. Mass deportations are ramping up. Approximately 400,000 of ICE-involved illegal alien arrests took place between April and May. Guys, that is a massive jump. All of last year, because ICE wasn't fully funded yet. They didn't have all the agents they needed. It took time to get the gears turning. All of last year, we deported about 900,000. I think it was 800 to 900,000 from these kind of arrests. This means the new pace is 2.4 million a year. That's more than double what happened last year. Oh, and don't forget, all the other people are self-deporting. Last year, over 2 million, 2.4 million, I believe it was, self-deported. So we got 3 million out last year without the funding. We got 3 million out last year without everything we needed. Now everything's funded through 2029 and ramped up, and we're starting to see the beginning. Remember, everybody, in March when they were attacking Trump over Iran, you know the other thing they were attacking over? Oh, they've given up on mass deportations. They've gone back on their promise to us. Steve Bannon reported this. Tucker reported it, of course. Megan, Candace, go down the list. They all reported, Alex Jones, no, Trump's administration giving up on deportations. All lies. Why? Because it's actually jumped way up. And as Matt says, you can't just snap your fingers and deport 20 million or more. You need to build out 287G partnership agreements with local police, coordinate deportation flights, establish third nation deportation locations, emerge victorious in a never-ending series of legal battles, etc. We're making it happen. The Trump administration is proving to us promises kept. And every single area where we keep getting lied to about how the Trump administration's failing us, whether it's the economy, whether it's deportations, whether it's the wars, everything always turns out to be a lie. Just like they said with Iran. Oh, he promised us no more wars. No, he promised no forever wars. Guess what? 3 months, it's over. Done. No more stupid wars, Trump said. Oh, and by the way, that forever war, it sadly cost us 13 soldiers. That's terrible. But 13 soldiers in a win this massive, especially if the Iran deal works out, We've never seen that kind of success before. How about Venezuela, done in 45 minutes? This is incredible. We're watching the Trump administration not only fulfill all their promises, but going above and beyond what most would say is possible. That's the real truth here, and that's what we're seeing with deportations as it continues to ramp up. Now, one of the things Trump's doing is cleaning up the Washington, D.C. And the pool that was cleaned up was just vandalized. But I'm here to report that the Trump administration is really going to start hurting leftists bad here because they're going after them hardcore. Trump posts, of the many statues and fountains we rebuilt, renovated, cleaned, and fixed, the only one vandalized was the reflecting pool, which is taken care of ASAP. It's been given 300-foot-long gash, chemicals illegally placed in the water, and beautiful new grass field has been destroyed with a gigantic 8647 chemically carved into it, probably inspired by dirty cop James Comey. That's an important shout out right there. Please remember there's a 10-year prison sentence for the destruction or even the attempted destruction of such things, which will be fully enforced. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Why does this matter? Because 10 years for federal property has not been enforced for the last several years, for the last several presidents. If Trump enforces this, guys, this stops a lot of the protesting and rioting, because these guys, these kids, these dummies who do this stuff, yeah, a lot of them are paid to do it. But if you're getting $15 an hour for doing something like this from George Soros, and the opposite is that, oh, they're actually going to jail now for 10 years, yeah, good luck signing those people up. It's not going to happen as much. This is why this matters. This is an opportunity for Trump to lay the smackdown on some of these hardcore leftists. And again, the peace and justice returning to our nation is a wonderful thing to watch. This is the kind of area where this doesn't look like a big deal, but this ultimately is a big deal. Now, with all this going on, we keep seeing the Trump administration do all this great stuff for us when you're actually paying attention, okay? The media doesn't report this, but I do. Trump's out there giving us some interesting language. And if you know, you know. But here's Trump the other day.
We are tremendously grateful for everything that you do each and every day, and all of the people that work here. Look at the condition of this and how beautiful everything is. It's always tippy-top. It's tippy-top, and we appreciate
tippy-top. Now, I always get crap for this, and I don't care, because I find the Q stuff fascinating, and the fact that they keep doing connections to it, the Trump administration, keep doing messaging that comes from those posts. You can make whatever argument you want. Maybe they're trolling, having fun. I don't care. It continues to be done. And regardless of what you think, to me, it's a major show of confidence. And he just brought out the whole tippy top thing, which he did once before in his first term, right after a Q post where somebody asked, can you say tip top in your next speech? And Trump did it the very next day. Tippy top. Now Trump's out there, and as Brian Cate says, Trump's out there saying tippy top again, and you're on here blackpilling. 100% right. In fact, Trump has another thing to say to blackpillers. In one of the funniest stories I saw this, well, in a month or more, here is from the upcoming book from the inside on the Trump administration. Trump called Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick a pussy after Lutnick pushed back on Trump's obsession with terrorists at the Liberation Day chaos. It is so funny. It says Trump privately called Howard Lutnick a pussy after Lutnick pushed back on Trump's obsession with the tariffs. I remember when you were 35, you were a killer, Trump said, according to the book. And now you've got your beautiful wife, your big house, and you're just soft. And you're a pussy. You know what you are? You're a pussy. This is too funny, guys. This is what Trump thinks of black pillars. And the fact is he's even calling out his buddies over that, which I think is hilarious. And to me, it just tells you, like, Trump is just does things. And like he said to Howard in this, you used to be a killer and you've gone soft. Well, Trump, out of all the people who got into his 80s, he's remained the killer. And then going back, you know, this for all the black pillars out there, that's what Trump thinks. The White House then posted this today. Very interesting. White House will be Q posting today. And of course, they had a lot of fun with it. You scroll down, it's just dark. Interesting. Until you get to the bottom. And by Q, we mean quantum. Stay tuned. Now, why do you think they'd post that? Do you really think they just wanted to do quantum? It's just a trolling, or is this messaging? We constantly get Patriots in control. We get all over and over again. They're just sharing with us messaging that goes along with a lot of those who've been following a long time, who've believed that President Trump is defeating this deep state, this globalist cabal, this city of London. And then the White House does this today. This outright in your face. And yes, I know at the end they say quantum, but if you've been following, you know what that means too. So very interesting messaging. And guys, I got to tell you that with what we've seen so far this summer, and now that the Iran thing's getting fixed up, finished, SPLC was a major sign. Trump's getting Pulte in. Tulsi just dropped the bomb on Fauci. We're going to see a lot of momentum building up here. And I have a feeling that things are about to heat up big time. And honestly, I'd argue they already have, but I mean in a more public fashion. And I think that's where we're headed. So I, for one, knowing and seeing all the wins we're getting, the calling out, Newsom, the deportations going up, FISA dying, there's so much winning going on. The economy's starting to turn, which we're going to talk about next. I mean, I don't know, but I'm not blackpilling, and I don't want to be called a pussy by Trump. You guys decide if you want to be. If you want to be on that side of things.